Hello everybody, my name is Upajin, and welcome back to the mess that is my channel. The last couple weeks have been a bit crazy, from build crafting to the new exotic weapons coming in Lightfall, but I just want to talk about the build crafting aspect of things since that's basically my whole channel, and my channel is all about build crafting. I just want to highlight over everything and talk about all the pros and my personal con about it. And it's a lot of pros, so just bear with me here. So, first things first, let's talk about elemental wells. They are now just going to make orbs of power instead of, elemental orbs on the ground that give you ability energy. Now what this means is now you're basically spreading all your energy out into all your abilities depending on which mods you use. Because now you have to really rely on invigoration, innovation, and whatever the class ability one is picking up in orb of power. I think this is going to be a great change for the newer player, since you don't have to worry about elemental well mods anymore and you just have to worry about the orbs of power. And now why that is because the old Charge of Light mod, taking charge, which picking up a orb of power you get a stack of Charge of Light, that's now going to be implemented into the new system, but it's going to be a passive buff or a passive mod that's just going to be there. And so it's going to be put into the new system in place. And what that is going to be the armor charge system. So how the armor charge system works is that now you can hold up to 3 stacks of the armor charge, as they're calling it, when you pick up an orb of power. And that's just when you have any kind of mod on that armor charge mod that works with it. And you can get it up to 6 with charged up. Now, the difference between Charge of Light and Armor Charge is Armor Charge gets rid of a charge every 10 seconds if one is not consumed by then. I don't really know how this is really gonna work in the future since I don't have my hands on it, but hopefully it'll work out for the better. I know that from an interview with one of the Bungie devs, they said that elemental time dilation will work with it, and so it would increase that timer for the fall off, and therefore the charges would fall off less often. I think I'm right. I think I remember something about that. Y'all can fact check me on this if I'm wrong. Now for me, the biggest pro, and that's like the community's biggest pro as well, is that both elemental mod affinities and elemental armor affinities are completely going away. This is going to be huge for once again the newer player, and this is going to be absolutely amazing for the veteran players. We've been asking this forever. I'm so glad they're finally doing it, and I cannot wait to actually get my hands on it when this happens in Lightfall. So now let's talk about the loadout system. First off, it's going to be in-game, so that's already a huge improvement. Second off, you're going to have 10 slots to save multiple loadouts onto those slots, and it's going to be easily accessible, and all you got to do to unlock it is by going up in your guardian ranks. So that's going to be really good, and I'm really excited for that change. Not much else to say here, it's just an overall quality of life improvement. So now let's talk about the guardian rank system and why I want to talk about it. The guardian rank system is going to be from 1 to 11, and it's basically how you're going to unlock like all your loadout slots and your mod slot and all your mods as well. So at Guardian rank 6, you will be able to unlock all the mods to your liking, every single one. There's no like waiting for Ada to have all the mods. They're just gonna be given to you right there and then. That is a really good change. Now I'm not big a fan. I feel like you should have it like at the get-go, or like the rank should be a little lower, like Guardian rank 3. But I also haven't played with the system yet, and I don't know how it works. But hopefully it's good overall, and I'm excited to see how it works. So a cool thing that they're going to do is have our subclasses now counter champions. And I think this is a really cool concept, and I really love the fact that they're doing this. So, for example, using volatile rounds on your weapon will pierce and stun pierce the barrier of a champion and stun them. When a player is radiant, their attacks pierce the champion's shields and stun them. So basically, when you're radiant, you get anti-barrier. When you have volatile, you also get anti-barrier. That's a really huge change, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. For the overload champions, if you trigger a jolt on the champion, it'll stun, and then suppressing them will also stun them as when you slow them with stasis. And if we're unstoppable, blinding them stuns them, and freezing them and then shattering it stuns them, causing ignition will stun them. So overall, like, the 3.0 verbs are gonna be what stuns champions. I think that's huge for us. That is gonna be a huge thing. And then of course Strand will have their counters for barrier and unstoppable as well. I think these are very, very good changes. I'm so excited to see how it works out in the wild. Now, I know I said that this is a pro, but this is also my biggest con about everything, is the fact that they're completely deprecating, well, not deprecate, it feels like a deprecation, but the rework for the elemental wells to the orbs of power. Now, I'm not that big of a fan of this. I really love the elemental well system, and as y'all can tell, all my builds basically revolved around elemental wells. And also, heavy-handed and firepower have never been talked about ever. So we don't even know if they're going to be in the game. I know, look, there probably will be in the game, but I don't know what's going to happen to them, if they're going to like reduce its energy or something, like make it a quarter of the energy or whatever. I don't know. I'm just kind of afraid of what'll happen to them overall. But that's just my worries about it. I don't know how the system will truly work, but I am excited to see how it works. I'm just sad that all the builds I've made with elemental wells are just completely going away in a way. Now there are going to be ways to make well-like things, but they're going to be spawned by using your subclass. So like the new stuff, the fire sprites and the void leeches, those are going to be part of your subclasses now, and that's what's going to be like your energy return. Personally, I'm not a big fan of it. I wish they just kept the elemental wells as they were, but I know that there's some complications with that, and that's just how it's going to be. And how they described it, let's say you're like a solar hunter and you have Ember of Empyrean. Well, using a solar weapon not only will give you like, the inner accuracy, the inner accuracy, the recovery, but now it'll spawn a fire sprite for you. I don't know if this is just for hunters. If it is for just hunters, I'm gonna be really mad at that. That doesn't seem fair for the other two classes, but that's just me. But yeah, that's it for me. That's all I really wanted to talk about. I know it's a different video from what I got. I am making a build video about what builds are going to actually survive this massacre of all my elemental well builds. But that's all for me. Once again, that's all for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your feedback down below of what you think about the build changes. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.